Consistent, convincing and comprehensive. The Eagles' 27-point win over the Magpies was a confidence-boosting victory, particularly given the side was missing a number of key personnel. 54,000 fans packed Optus Stadium, the biggest crowd in the Southern Hemisphere since COVID began. The win was punctuated by strong performances on all lines, and despite a scratchy start, the Eagles showed true class by overcoming a Collingwood side under pressure in 2021. Welcome to Eagle Review, proudly supported by Steak. Now, Tyson Beattie, somehow we've managed to snag a sponsor. Tell us a little bit about how that came about.
Well, we've really hit the jackpot here, Stephen. Steak is a real success story, a digital stockbroking firm. A few alignments to Eagles Review here. They had modest beginnings. It was started 4 years ago by Perth boy Matt Leibowitz, and he created this platform for Aussies to be able to access the US stock market with zero broking fees. So they've done a great job. Free trading commission. So they are the first to truly break the barriers of Wall Street, Stephen. And you can trade over 4,000 US stocks. Download Steak from the App Store today. And Stephen, the other thing, Matt is a big Eagles fan and a big fan of you as well, which is interesting because you don't have too many.
No, I think Matt's got incredibly poor taste. We've got to turn him on to better viewing than this, unfortunately. But good to have him on board. Cheers, Steak. And what timing to come on board with the team, really. It was an important win to remain undefeated at home. The Pies came out swinging in the first quarter. It was 18-8 inside 50s. The pressure was well and truly on the Eagles' defence, and Brodie Grundy, didn't he flex with his 7 disposals in the opening term? He drifted forward, couple of contested marks and converted. They ended up being +2 goals and stoppages in the term, and the fans, I think, in the ground were thinking, oh no, this is elimination final all over again.
Well, the Pies looked really sharp early. I mean, 9 more contested possessions in the first term. They had 10 more inside 50s. They were capitalising on Grundy and Moore going forward. But then the script flipped, and we had 10 more inside 50s in the second term. The Eagles 16-6, and most importantly, 63% scoring efficiency. Here's a stat, Stephen. In the last 3 years, and this one included, West Coast ranks #1 for goals per inside 50. They maximised their entries for sure, Stephen.
Yeah, didn't they, Justin? The big forwards certainly feasted in that second term in Oscar Allen and Jack Darling. 6 majors between them in that quarter. They were super accurate on the night. 5 goals, 1 apiece. Darling's set shot record. Are you kidding me? He's 12 straight. And the only blemish on the night was this slight touch of the fingers, hotspot reviewable, which went over the shoulder. Would have been one of his best of the season. Yep. I mean, JK could afford to take a back seat in the end, because these two were just clunking everything. The defensive pressure they were putting on in the front half, super exhilarating viewing. Oscar Allen, I mean, he could be leading the John Worsfold medal after round 5, which is just remarkable. He's doing it defensively. Have a look at the tone-setting tackle in the opening term. Wow. Brings him down
Closing
there.
Speed.
And he's covered 12K on the night, so super versatile, great agility and great endurance. And how's these back-to-back spoils as well when he gets sent down into the back half? But if he continues to take contested grabs like these, what an absolute monster. And this had severe ramifications on the night for the Pies.
Yeah, during that contest, Jeremy Howe did a hammy, of course. He's done many knee injuries as well.
Very stiff.
Yeah, very tragic for him. And that was important because they had Darcy Moore going forward and trying to provide a different target up front. So he had to go back again. And the other problem they had was Jordan De Goey had a facial injury in the first term. He's their X factor. He's out. 2 key critical players gone for Collingwood. And, I mean, they came into the game with problems already because they had Taylor Adams out for a long time as well through injury.
That's right. And Bucks said to adjust mid-game without De Goey and Howe is very difficult. To do it now, mid-season point onwards, is near on impossible. So they're going to be in some strife. And when they kicked 3 goals in that fourth quarter, they got a bit of momentum. They had a bit of belief. And then Myercheck, comes off with the shoulder, their most prolific goal kicker on the night. So I think it was just all too hard for them in the end. The Eagles powered through.
And we had some injury problems as well going into the game that came up late. Liam Ryan has a shin hotspot problem that's probably going to keep him out for an extended period of time. And it was also Jack Petrocelli who went down with a hammy at training earlier in the week as well.
How's the timing too?
After coming off probably his best game of his career.
Unreal.
To be injured, he'll be out for a little bit as well. And then Shannon Hearn, of course, the former skipper, did the calf, would have broken the game's record. But opportunities present themselves, and Alex Witherden coming in for Bunga did a great job. 30 disposals at 90% with 6 rebound inside 50s. He was fantastic. He probably expected to play a little bit earlier in his career here, but he's been patient, and he said that being able to play in the Waffle Eagles side has given him a little bit of time to learn the game style. It's helped his transition, Thumper.
Yeah, well said. And he looked at home out there too. And it's great recruiting in the end from West Coast. They bring in Witherden, they bring in Langdon. They're tested for depth. They bring them in and they're both stood up. Let's continue to sing the praises of the defence while we're on it too, TB. So best on ground according to the coach, Jeremy McGovern. And it's hard to refute him. 20 disposals, 7 rebound 50s, 10 intercept grabs. I mean, we're so used to that on the night. Liam Duggan went back to half-back as well, provided plenty of runs, 750 metres gained, so great drive off of that line also.
Yeah, and Thumper, he had a career-high disposal count of 36, which is fantastic for Duggan. Guess who else had a career-high disposal count this weekend?
You for the amount of pies sunk at the free media table?
Almost. But no, it was Jack Redden. Jack Redden, in his long career, drafted back in 2008 by Brisbane, he ended up having 37 disposals, a record for him. He was fantastic. He also had 11 in the first term, 6 clearances. Now, this was his 100th game as a West Coast Eagle. You talk about recruiting, another good recruit came here in 2016, the year after we lost the 2015 GF. He's now played 229 games total, 30 years old, originally a South Australian boy, but very happy at home here in the West now.
Absolutely. And what about best player of the finals in 2018 as well for Reddo? So hats off to you. Let's continue with the midfield numbers. Andrew Gaff, he had it 38 times, 5 inside 50s. He's found his form once again. Tim Kelly, 28 and 7 clearances. Copped the Greenwood tag for much of the night, so brilliant to fight through that. And how's Dommy Sheed's performance?
Dommy.
And how's this one? I love this tweet from Sir Swamp Thing. What an absolute legend. Collingwood had pick 10, passed on Dommy Sheed at 11. Bit of salt in the wounds there for the Pie supporters.
Oh, that really rubs it in, doesn't it? The King of Kalgoorlie, they must be hating him. 3 goals in 5 minutes in that third term. 6 touches, 3 marks, 3 goals.
Well, that third term, not only did the Pies go goalless, TB, but the Eagles had 52 marks on the night. And that's the most by any side in any quarter in season 2021. So you can see the game plan of just winning at the goal face, keep possession spread, pick them apart. It's beautiful to watch when it comes off.
Now, not to bring your mood down, but there was a little bit of drama late in the game, Thumper. Tommy Cole and Josh Rotham with a bit of a collision here that was pretty nasty, wasn't it?
It was tough to watch, and with 1:30 remaining too, that was the unfortunate part about it also.
Now, the good news is no concussion for either player, but Simo was saying before the game that Tommy Cole came in with a monobrow already, and now he's sort of doing the best Tony Galati impression, I think.
It'll be a tough scarring if it remains there, that's for sure. All right, now also not so good news. We're going across to the Tribunal. So the Pies defender, Mark Keane, offered 1 match ban for tripping JK. Now, you hate to see this, and what's worse, it caused the big fella to be hobbled on the night. So we're going to have to wait and see how the medical report shapes up. And, you know, a big game against the Cats at the Cattery. You want him cherry ripe for that one.
Absolutely. Now your roast of the round.
Yeah, courtesy of Steak. Welcome on board for your first roast.
Steak. In the ground.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Okay, let's go. We're going to go with Tim Kelly. So he's copping the Greenwood tag. Little handball through the legs, bit of nutmeg action. So that's a bit of salt in the wound there for Tim. Good tunnel ball action. Moving right across to Brodie Grundy. He grabs Gaffy for the DDT. That was Jake the Snake Light on the big boss man. That basically is like for like.
Oh, I love that one. Now, kicking into the man of the mark, we've seen this from Cripper recently, but Brody Myercheck.
What about Gulb's vertical leap there with 40 points in the hole?
Oh.
What a spring from the big fella.
Now, Cripps with this quality intercept mark here.
Yeah, good game
Snaffles
from Cripps
it.
too. Yeah,
absolutely.
I like his game.
But he decides to switch into traffic
didn't like that one.
Bang. So it does a good thing, then does a bad thing.
Well,
Brander goal.
Good intercept mark, and it wasn't the only one from Brander on the night, because obviously he jumped in and grabbed this ball in the back half, read it perfectly. That set up one of Dommy Sheed's 3 on the night also.
Now, Jack Darling found himself a little bit caught here, wasn't he?
It was an awkward one, because he's predicted the ball going over the back. He was correct, but forget that you got to get your head out the way. Wears it to the back of the scone. Unfortunate. How about this clearance from Noble here? So the running torpedo, easily the hardest kick in footy. Lace out, one bounce, Myercheck, but he ruins the play. Brad Shepherd, the 200 gamer, a bit too quick on that occasion.
Now, Brian Taylor has had some problems with player identification a little bit lately.
You reckon?
What about animal identification? Right? I thought we were the big birds. Have a listen to this.
Closed within 9. Cripps unloads across the face.
Mate, he's in rare form. I mean, he's called a quarter of footy. Where are the crows at?
Different colours, smaller bird.
Oh, no good.
Leave it there.
All right, let's go to around the grounds. We're going to have a look at the Saints game. So Long attempts to mark this ball with his face. I haven't seen one of them work out yet, but no, you keep striving for it, boys. Travis Collier, he's got a fair bit of power behind this one. Roves Bang into Duday's face. He should be rocked for weeks after that one, but wears it like a champ.
Now, the Italian F1 Grand Prix here. Now, Mick Schumacher, famous name. Now, he's in the pits. Now, he's trying to warm his tyres up, and he spun out of control and crashed in the pits. That's a little bit embarrassing there, Thumper.
You've gone left field with that one, but I like it. And the winner, TB, give it to us.
No, the winner. This is Adelaide versus Fremantle. Now, behind the goals, this fan here, look at him. He kicks back, the loafer comes flying off, and he's pleased with himself. But then...
The walk of shame.
The walk of shame. That's the winner.